Hey
Hello.
folks, how's it going? We are back. It's almost the end of the school year. I don't know if you saw the last video I posted a week or two ago when I got into this engine and took off the balancer and I took off the water pump and yada yada. I was in a position this week to actually order some parts for the first time in a while. Most specifically, gasket set to put on the new intake on this. And in this particular application, the intake and exhaust manifold share a gasket. So that means this manifold's got to come off of here. And I'm hoping it comes off easier than the one did off our old engine, because I had to literally use cold chisels and a hammer to shear the heads of those bolts off to get that thing out. This engine so far, fingers crossed, has not given us that kind of trouble with fasteners being corroded and locked up and fused. So hopefully it'll be a little easier. I do notice that I'm missing a few fasteners here, and I'm assuming I must have taken those off when I took this engine had the
Fuel injection?
Thank you, the fuel injection manifold on it, and we're putting the old little double manifold for the SU carbs on there. But I'm guessing there's like 3 bolts there missing, it looks like, on this end, and I'm guessing that is probably, I took those off, which means they're probably over here on the workbench. So we're going to inspect, make sure we have all those fasteners and inspect them, and if they don't look that good, maybe we can order another set. There's probably a fastener set that has all those. So anyway, I'm going to get into that. Nash is going to get into the old block, which we have corroding out in our driveway right now as like a boat anchor. And it has a brand new set of spark plugs in it that we just put in before we messed up that engine. Hardly used at all. Not an hour of running on it. So those plugs are brand new and they're easy to take out. So I'm going to put him on that while I do this biz and see what happens, okay?
Yeah.
Here we go. Nash and Moses are out in the garage and they're going to pull out spark plugs out of this old head so we can reuse them. And I'm going to get into trying to take the exhaust manifold off this other rig. So I'm going to get them a wrench and we'll get started.
Yep.
I know, but what is this?
What? Those are the valves. Well, those are the, actually these are the...
Do they go up or down?
These are the rockers. These push down the valves. Doom, 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 doom. Yeah.
That would use a lot of pressure, though.
I've taken, yeah, these springs are very tight.
So you gotta...
You have to close super fast so that you don't let the explosion out every time, you know what I mean?
So Nash, what do I do on this side?
Just, you might want to just hold on to it, just hold it steady while it's torquing on it.
That is the right size.
Yeah, and you got to push it. That has like a little rubber gasket in it that goes around the porcelain thing, so you have to kind of push it all the way on. All these fasteners are coming off like butter. I cannot believe it.
This thing's heavy too.
It is heavy, but I mean,
Cast iron.
on the other one, they were just all corroded so hard that I couldn't get in. I cut them all off. I cut the heads off all of them to get it off the engine block. This engine is in actually better shape than the one that we had running.
Yeah.
Hopefully, when we get this all put together, it ought to be
Pretty good engine.
unless there's something we don't foresee or we can't see inside the block that's fouled about it. I mean, fingers crossed.
And then once we get this thing like able to run again, just like even in the state it's in now, even though it's pretty rusted out, if we can get this driven to like a couple car shows, that would be awesome.
Look at this.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh man.
That is a big piece of metal.
Yeah, cast iron, dude. Right there
The
it
washer
is.
came out from inside this. It's okay, I'll put it back. I'm assuming that's supposed to be there.
Yeah, it's fine, sure.
Probably.
Woo-wee. I'll get my exercise lifting this
There
thing.
you go. This thing probably weighs like 50 pounds.
Do some exhaust curls. Maybe not 50 pounds, but
35.
yeah, maybe something like that. 35, 40 pounds. I mean, it ain't light.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Okay, now can I get this gasket off here? This is
Let's see. Oh, hey,
just like
this
that.
peels right off.
Just like that. Come on now. Well, almost all the way. There it is.
There we go. And all those are back in now. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten it in a little more.
Yeah,
you don't have to do it very much.
Just finger time. Don't use the wrench, okay?
Okay.
Because we're going to be pulling those in and out. The only reason I really want them in now is because it keeps dirt from getting down in the cylinder. Check this out. I never really looked that close at the other head we took on. You can see inside of each of the exhaust ports here, there's like a little inner tube in there.
Oh wow.
Where's that going? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I could feel the valve. Stick your finger in there and you can feel the valve stem. You feel that shaft going up and down in there.
Yeah.
That's those are
very dirty fingers.
Yes. Like over on that one, you see those rockers on top there.
Yeah.
And
same kind of thing.
You got the pulley on the front there. It's connected inside to the chain that turns those over, and then when each one's turn comes, the camshaft pushes the right one down. Those are all flipped up right now because we took the cam and everything out of there.
Yeah.
They should be riding right on top of those.
Like
Let me get a little closer there. Yeah, they should be riding right, and then click, 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 click. Exactly. But yeah, we disassembled all the innards of that. But so yeah, the cam has the bumps on it. When it goes around, it flicks each one of those rockers up and pushes the valve down just for the split second that it's supposed to. Intake exhaust over and over again.
It feels like a piano.
It does kind of have an instrument vibe there with all those. You could like clean that up and make it into some sort of.
Like it's almost like Guitar Hero buttons on the guitar, you know?
Right.
So they're very mechanical and sturdy feeling.
Well, you know what? That's a 12-tone scale right there.
It is.
Right? There's 12. So you could go from A to A or C to C or whatever you wanted.
Including sharps and
including the flats, yeah. And sharps, exactly.
17.
The half steps. How you like that?
It's hilarious.
We could do something like that with that if we hung on to it. I mean.
That'd be hilarious.
And 3 eggs.
3 eggs. Oh. What's that? What you got there, Moses? Let me see.
Pocket eggs.
A 3.
3 eggs from our hens today. Probably get one more later.
And they laid a wall in.
The other day was our 200th day since the hens started laying, and we got, I think, 635 eggs in that time.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. All right, so we've got both the manifolds off of here. It's looking pretty clean. You know why? I'm going to take this water neck off here too in a minute. I need to, like I said, I was missing some of the bolts here. I must have taken those off when I took the intake off some months ago. So I'm going to go look through my collected gaggle of hardware and see about that. But I do think I'm going to go ahead and take this guy off of here right now too. Come on now, focus up. There it is. I think I'm going to take this guy off of there too, and then I can better like put in some effort like cleaning this up, like hit this with like maybe just a little fine sandpaper and get this so it's nice and flat, and
then the gasket can stick on and make a better seal.
we really want it to seal well here. Yeah. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and I think I'm gonna try to take this guy off here. So I got the water neck where the thermostat housing taken off of there. Once again, it came off pretty smooth and easy. I'm really shocked, to be honest. On the last one, just to open this up, these 2 bolts on top, one of them came loose, but the other one was so thoroughly welded by time and, corrosion into the thing that I could not get it out. I ended up cutting the head off of it and then drilling the whole thing out and tapping out a slightly larger hole. So far, I mean, knock wood, fingers crossed, whistling past the graveyard, everything on this block so far has come apart very easily. It's like it almost scares me. Well, except for the one water pump bolt that I broke off in there. I'll figure that out later. Yeah, here we go. Look at this. Look at that blue crud up in there. Corrosion. Gross. Time to get another new thermostat, I guess. That's all right. They're cheap. Well, that's probably all we're going to get into today, but we'll get back on this in a few days when that gasket shows up and see what we can get into. Hello again, folks. It's now May 25. Today is Memorial Day. Boys just got out of school this last week or so, and they're getting their summer activities already kicked off, scouting stuff. They've just been kayaking, been overnight camping, and band camp coming up for Nash. So got a lot going on already this summer. This is what was in the box. If you saw if you saw our little post there on the YouTube or the Patreon about what's in the box, here it is. It's intake/exhaust gasket. Goes right on there. So today, I don't know if I'm going to actually get anything together, but I just want to see the process. I'm going to do a little cleanup prep work for it. I'm not just going to slap it on this grimy mating surfaces, and make sure I have all the hardware needed. I know one of these studs came out when I took this manifold off of there, so let's see if I can find it and put it back on. Anyway, if not, I might have to order some new hardware. I just kind of want to take an inventory today and see where we're at with it. And so it's another nice, pretty day outside. I'm sure you can hear the, what is that, Carolina wren or something? They're all over out here. Anyway, I'm going to get to it. So hang out with me and watch. Okay. First things first, I think I'm going to just hit it with this brass brush here. I've been warned not to use anything really abrasive here, as you know, it could remove too much material here and make it to where it get vacuum leaks and such. So this brass is evidently softer than aluminum, and I'm going to see if I can, you know, knock down some of this crud that's on there with it first before I do anything more drastic. Now here I'm at kind of a stopping point, halfway, let's say. You see, just using some parts cleaner and that brass brush and a little brand new razor scraper, using very carefully, trying not to let it get into the metal, just taking off the old gasket material. That looks pretty clean, and it feels pretty dang smooth to the finger compared to, this is what we started with on this side. I just went over to the local auto parts store and picked up a couple of things because I ran out of parts cleaner, and I just about ruined that brand new brass brush. So one of the things I got was some more motorized brass brushes. So I bet that ought to make it go a little faster, eh? Well, I'm going to call it good for today. I've mostly got that mounting surface on the head cleaned up pretty good. I'm going to give it one more little quick scouring later. I used up a whole can of parts cleaner just now, helping to spray that down, and it did help a lot. I mean, look how nice and clean it looks. But I need some more. I should have bought two. I don't know what I was thinking. There were still three of the original exhaust manifold studs in the case, and or in the head rather, and they all looked really good. But the fourth one, I don't know what happened to it. I found a fourth one over here on my workbench, but it is super crusty, and I think it's a little bent actually. So instead of just trying to slap that thing on there, I think I'm going to go in the house and look at some prices on new stud sets, and maybe also the hardware for the intake, which has those little kind of thick spacer washers on there that help hold the whole thing down by the flange. Anyway, I'm gonna call it good for today. There will be more, so stay tuned. Well, another X number of days have gone by, and I'm coming back out here to do a little bit more work, tidying up the mating surface on this. Same thing I was doing. Well, I mean, you're in the same video still, so to you, it's just like seconds ago. To me, it's been days and days. Anyhow, I'm gonna do some more of that. I got some more brake cleaner. I got a different kind of wire wheel that hopefully will help me clean this stuff off without tearing up that aluminum. So that's what I'm gonna do now. All right, now I've been tidying up the mating surface on this exhaust manifold. This is the same one that came off of this particular engine, which was fuel injected. I just now noticed that it is a lot different. Here's the carbureted engine exhaust manifold that we took off the old engine. You can see it has these rectangular ports rather than these round ones. I'm glad I got the right gasket, because I had not noticed that till just now. This is also much beefier than this. So if anybody knows if this is going to make any kind of positive difference because it's bigger, I mean, maybe it'll shed heat a little better. I don't know. This has got more, I mean, maybe this has more surface area. I don't know. If anybody can tell me the difference between these two, other than just the obvious visual differences, I appreciate it. The thing I notice most right off the bat is I've got to get this crusty old nut out. There's one on here too. I'm not sure what that went to. Something to get some heat up to the carbs maybe, I'm not sure. And then there are more of those little studs, the same studs that I put in up here. There's similar ones here, 3 of them, and I can see I'm gonna have my work cut out for me getting these out of this exhaust manifold, because these are just broken off, and I mean, they are, I'm sure, seized in there like crazy. So I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do. I might have to just grill these out and just go just a little size bigger. I'll figure it out. I guess what I'm doing right now is just hit them with some penetrating oil so I can let them sit. All right, I'm going to assume this flatter side goes up against the manifold. Just a little test fitting here. Get on there now. There we go. That's exactly. Look at that. Like that. Pretty good. Again, I'm just testing for fitment here. We're not locking anything down yet. I just want to see. Yep, look at that. You like them apples? Well, it fits right on there, don't it? Now I think I'm going to just leave this on here for right this second. But before I tighten any of this stuff down, I'm gonna take this back off and deal with these. Whoop, you can't see it. Let me pan down. Deal with these broken studs down here, because I don't want to have to work on it all upside down and everything. I mean, I guess I could flip this over. Anyway, it'd just be easier to do with this off. So I guess I'm going to wrap it up for today. I got this head mating surface as clean as I'm happy with it. Same goes with this. I'm going to have to tidy up these connectors down here that go to the exhaust head pipe, and then I'll put it back on and bolt her up. Alaska, are you getting tired of being in the garage? You want to go back inside the house? You want to go inside the house, don't you, baby? All right, I'll be in just a minute. Well, that's all I'm gonna get into today. It's getting late and I haven't really eaten much of anything today, and I'm getting hungry. So I got the mating surface on the head cleaned up there to my satisfaction. Same for this, but you know, that's all the further I'm getting tonight. I mean, it feels a little bit like progress. So maybe I get my gumption up, I'll come out again tomorrow and do some more. Anyway, as far as this video goes, it's just going to be a matter of and see, here we are. It's already the next day, Sunday now. I'm going to goof around with this some more. I've decided that since I don't have a vise, I probably ought to go ahead and fasten this exhaust manifold onto this block before I try getting those other broken studs out of the bottom end of it. Just because you know, if I had a vise on my workbench, have something to hold it securely, because I'm going to be hammering on it and tugging on it and everything. So I think actually bolting it to this engine will be better. I can actually flip this engine stand like a rotisserie. I've never done it, but it does do that. So I guess I'm going to mess with that today and see what I can get up to. All right, here we go. All right, now I've just put this on with the 4 studs that I have in there to hold it. I'm not going to super tighten these down. I'm just putting that on there again, so I'll have something to hold this for me when I start to do the surgery on the bottom side of this. And you'll see what I mean here. I'm going to try to rotate this engine on the stand and see where we are. Well, this is super annoying. Even after like blasting this with a map torch for a minute, getting it blazing hot, it's like that's not going anywhere. I assume this was the case, but you know, there's always that hope. I tried to do the double nut technique on there, where you thread 2 nuts on and then use the outer one as a jam nut so you can pull the other one out. But all these threads are so chewed up. Oh, pardon my focus there. All these threads are so chewed up that once I got the nut down all the way toward the end there, it's actually the the threads are eating away and are thinner there. So it was just loose. It threaded on good here, then got inside and it was loose. So it's no good. I guess what I'm going to have to do is cut these things off and then get out a drill and then drill them out and then tap them out and then put all new studs in. Which is what I didn't want to do, but I guess I'm going to have to. Also, this thing is just the size. All the wrenches and sockets that I have go up to 7/8 or 22 millimeters. This is ever slightly bigger than that. I just tried to use a 25 millimeter and it kind of goes on there, but it's loose. So this is 23 or 24. I'm gonna guess probably a 24 millimeter. Anyway, so that's super annoying. I was gonna try to get that off there too. I'm gonna try one more time. I'm gonna hit that with some heat and then see if I can vice grip it off of there. Well, I did my best, but I didn't get much accomplished today. I'm going to have to go more intense to get those 3 studs out of there, if I can get them out, and B, that bigger nut you saw me trying to get off there at the end. That is an exhaust gas recirculation tube that comes out of the exhaust manifold and routes up into the intake. Originally, to be honest, I'm likely just going to plug it off, but while I have this all apart, I would just like to take the opportunity to get it out if I can and just replace it with a solid plug. Worst case scenario, I can just mash the little bit of the tube that's hanging out there and shut it up so that it doesn't leak. But I'd really like it to be cleaner since we're in the, I'm right here. I got it off the car and out here, easy to get to right now. So if I can get it off of that manifold, I'd be very happy about it. They make just a little plug that goes in there to block it off. A buddy of mine from my hometown who I grew up wrenching with has suggested that I get a welder, which is something that's been on my tool want list for a long time, and I know they're pretty cheap these days, but it's just, but if I had a welder, then I could weld nuts onto each of those studs that's sticking out there, and then just hit them with the heat, hit them with the penetrating oil, and then pull them out, with a socket wrench with a cheater bar on it. So I don't know, I guess I'm going to try to see if I can source a welder. I have not welded since high school metal shop class, but it doesn't have to be pretty, it just has to be solid, solid enough to fetch these old corroded parts out of this cast iron exhaust manifold. Anyhow, I guess I'm going to wrap it up for today. This video's been going on for like a month now and seems to have no end, so I'm just going to go ahead and tie it off right here, and we'll jump into the next one when I figure out how to approach this step and see if we can move forward with it. So until then, bump bump ba-dump, Ox Studios. Where's Moses? All right, see you next time.